students, now I'm going to start question number 6 of exercise 8.3. Now question number 6 says Juhi sells a washing machine for rupees 13,500 and she loses 20% in the bargain. What was the price at which she bought it? So Juhi sells a washing machine for rupees 13,500 means selling price is given. That means at what price he sells the washing machine. Now she loses 20% in the bargain, means after selling the washing machine she loses and the loss percentage is 20%. Okay, what was the price at which she bought it? That means we will have to find the cost price of the washing machine. So SP is given, which is rupees 13,500, and loss percentage is given. 20% is the loss percentage. So loss percentage is 20%. Now we know that if we make loss or profit, that will be always on CP, means the cost price, and cost price is not given in the question, so we will have to consider the cost price here. So the cost price will be, let the cost price of the washing machine, let the cost price of washing machine be X. Okay, she makes 20% loss on selling the washing machine. That means this 20% of the cost price will be the loss on selling washing machine. So loss will be 20%, means 20 out of 100. 20% of the cost price, which is X, so multiplied by X. Now 0 0 will be cancelled, 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. So if you multiply the numerator, X multiplied by 1 is X divided by 5. So this is the loss on selling washing machine. Now we know that SP minus CP is profit. When SP is greater than CP, we get profit. So we subtract CP from SP to get profit. Similarly, to get loss, we have to get loss by subtracting SP from CP, because when we make loss, when CP is greater than SP, that time we make loss, isn't it? So CP is greater in that case, so CP will be written at first. So what we have seen that in this question we will have to find CP, right? And we made a loss on selling this washing machine. So that means we have to use this formula. Like here we know CP is X and SP is 13,500 is SP, and loss also we have got just now, which is X by 5. So if you put on this relation, we'll be getting, after solving, we'll be getting the value of X, and that only we will have to find, because X is the cost price which we have considered. Okay, so we know CP minus SP is equals to loss. Now CP is how much? CP is X. We have considered CP as X, so in place of CP we'll write X, minus SP is given, which is 13,500. Okay, and loss we have got X by 5. So if you solve this, we'll get the value of X. Now see, here we have X and here we have X, so we'll take X by 5 on the left hand side, okay, to get the value of X. So X minus X by 5, since we are taking X by 5 on the left, so plus X by 5 will be minus X by 5, and 13,500 will be taking on the right, so minus 13,500 will be plus 13,500. Okay, now here we will have to find the LCM of this. So here we have 1, so 5 ones are 5. Now LCM will be divided by the denominator. So 5 divided by 1 is 5, then 5 multiplied by the numerator, which is 5x, minus again 5 divided by 5 is 1, 1 into the numerator, which is x multiplied by 1 is x, is equals to 13,500. Now 5x minus x is 4x divided by 5 is equals to 13,500. Now here we'll be finding the value of x, so we'll just take 4 by 5 to the right hand side. So if you take 4 by 5 to the right hand side, then 4 by 5 will be 5 by 4. We will have to write the reciprocal of 4 by 5, which is 5 by 4, right? Denominator will go up and numerator will come down. Now see, here we have 0, here we have 4, both is even number, so it will be divisible by 2. So 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 12, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 10 and 1 0. Again it will be divisible by 2. So 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 3s are 6, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 10. So what we have got, 3375 multiplied by 5. So if you multiply this, you will get the cost price. 5 5s are 25, 5 2 carry, 5 7s are 35, 35 plus 2 is 37, 7 3 carry, 3 5s are 15, 16 17 18, 8 1 carry, 3 5s are 15, 15 plus 1 16. So it's rupees 16,875. Okay, so that means the cost price of the washing machine was 16,875 and it was sold for rupees 13,500. Okay, and since here we can see that CP is greater, 16,875 is greater than SP, so she made a loss. So what we have done in this question here, since SP was given and loss percentage was given, and we know that if we make profit or loss, that is always on CP. We never consider SP while finding loss or profit, because loss, if we make profit or loss, that is always on CP. Okay, and since CP was not given in this question, we consider as X. So loss percentage is given, so this 20% of cost price, this 20% of X will be the loss, means amount of loss she made. So amount we can get by multiplying this to percentage multiplied by CP to get the loss. If she make profit, then again percentage multiplied by CP to get the profit. Similarly, we have to find the loss also, percentage multiplied by cost price to get the loss, and after getting loss we will put on this relation to get the value of X, which is the cost price. Okay, so this was all about question number 6. Now coming to question number 7. Now question number 7 says chalk contains calcium, carbon and oxygen in the ratio 10:3:12. That means part of calcium, this is calcium, first one is calcium, second one is carbon and third one is oxygen. Okay, so the part of calcium is 10, is to carbon is 3 and is to 12, oxygen is 12 parts. We will have to just find the percentage of carbon in the chalk. Now see, here part of calcium, part of carbon and part of oxygen is given. So at first we will have to find the total parts. So total parts will be 10 plus 3 plus 12. So 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 0 is 5, 1 plus 1 is 2. 25 is the total parts. Okay. Now out of 25 parts, what is the part of carbon in the chalk? So we'll write the part of carbon. How much? See, 3 parts are there out of 25 parts. 25 is the total parts, isn't it? So 3 out of 25, this is the part of carbon in the chalk. Now we will have to find the percentage. So it's very easy to convert it into percentage. When we have fraction and we have to find the percentage, we'll just multiply by 100. So percentage of carbon will be 3 by 25 multiplied by 100. So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. So if you multiply the numerator, you'll be getting the percentage of carbon in the chalk. So 3 fours are 12. So 12% is the percentage of carbon in the chalk. Okay. Now coming to B part. In the second part we have, if in a stick of chalk carbon is 3 gram, means the weight of carbon in the chalk is given. We will have to find the weight of the chalk stick. Suppose this is the chalk stick. Okay, this is the chalk stick, and here suppose 12% carbon is there. We will have to find the total weight of the chalk. Now 12% of the total chalk, this is the total chalk. Okay, this is the total chalk. So 12% of the total chalk is the weight of the carbon, which is 3 gram, isn't it? Because here see, 12%, just now we have got 12% carbon is there. So 12% of total chalk, when you solve this, you will be getting the weight of the carbon in the chalk. Now total chalk, weight of the total chalk is not given. So let us consider the weight of the chalk be x gram. Okay, this is the weight of the chalk. Now here 12% of the total chalk is the weight of carbon, and the weight of carbon is given, which is 3 gram. So in place of total chalk we can write it as x. 12% means 12 by 100. So this 12% of the total chalk, which is x, is equal to 3. Now when we'll solve this, we'll be getting the weight of the total chalk. So x will remain here. We'll just take 12 by 100 to right hand side. So 12 by 100 will be 100 by 12. Right. Now 3 fours are 12. Now 4 ones are 4. 4 25s are 100. So it's 25 gram. So what we have done in this part, here weight of the chalk was not given. Okay, it's only weight of the carbon is given, which is 3 gram. Okay, we will have to find the weight of the chalk. So what we did in this case, since the percentage of carbon we know and the weight of the chalk also we know, so if you multiply the percentage into the total weight of the chalk, you will be getting the weight of the carbon, because 12% is the weight of the 12% is the percentage of the carbon, and when you will multiply by the total chalk, when you will multiply by the weight of the total chalk, then you will be getting the weight of the carbon, and weight of the carbon is given, which is 3 gram. So when you will solve this, you will be getting the weight of total chalk. See what we have got, the weight of the chalk is 25 gram. Now out of 25 gram, the weight of the carbon is 3 gram. Okay, so this was all about question number 7. Now coming to question number 8. Now question number 8 says, Amina buys a book for rupees 275 and sells it at a loss of 15%. How much does she sell it for? That means here 275 is the cost price, because it is said that Amina buys a book for rupees 275. So 275 is the cost price. Now she sells it at a loss of 15%. So loss percentage is 15%. What we have to find? We will have to find the selling price. Now at first we will have to find the amount of loss she made on selling this book, right? Here loss percentage is given. So 15% of 275 is the amount of loss she incurred, right? So here loss will be 15%, means 15 by 100 of the cost price. Loss percentage multiplied by the cost price to get the loss, because 15% of 275 is the amount of loss she incurred. Now Here 5 3s are 15. We'll cut by 5. 5 3s are 15. 5 20s are 100. Now here we have 0 and here we have 5. So this we can divide by 5. So 5 4s are 20. 5 5s are 25. 5 5s are 25. Now cannot be further divisible by any number, so we'll just multiply the numerator and denominator. Okay, so if you multiply 3 to 55, then we'll get 3 5s are 15, 5 1 carry, 3 5s are 15, 15 plus 1 16. This is 165 divided by 4. Now I'll just convert it into decimal. So 4 4s are 16. Now 5 will come down. 4 1s are 4. Now 5 minus 4 is 1. Then we'll take point. 0 will come. So 4 2s are 8. Now again 0 will come. 4 5s are 20. So how much loss she incurred on selling the book? It's rupees 41.25. Now we know that when we make a loss, when the CP is greater than SP, then only we make a loss. That means CP is greater than SP, so CP will be written at first. So CP minus SP is equals to loss. Now CP is how much? It's rupees 275. So we'll put here minus SP. SP we don't know, and loss we have just got, which is 41.25. Now we will find the SP, so we'll make SP alone. So what we are going to do, we'll just take 41.25 on the left side and SP on the right side. Okay, so 275 will remain same on the left hand side. We'll just take 41.25 to the left. That's why plus 41.25 will be minus 41.25 and SP will be taken to right hand side. Now we will subtract these two. Now see, this is whole number and this is decimal number. Now how to subtract this? 275. Now see here, after point 2 places. So here we will have to keep decimal, and after decimal we can add whatever zeros we need. Okay, so we need 2 zeros, we have put 2 0. Now 41.25. Always remember, while adding or subtracting the decimal, you just put the decimal below the decimal. Okay. Now 10 minus 5 is 5, so it will be 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. Then 1 to 4 is 3. 7 minus 4 is 3, and 2 will come down. Then we'll put the decimal. So it's rupees. SP will be rupees 233.75. Okay. So what we did in this case, we had the cost price and the loss percentage. So first we had to find the loss amount, and after getting loss, then we can easily find that how much is the selling price. If you put the value on this relation, CP minus SP is equals to loss, then we can easily get the selling price. Okay, so this was all about question number 8. Thank you, students.